The board is actually a map of Arcadia Tenebra, and Arcadia Tenebra is a fictional province somewhere in southeastern Europe. Adventure starts in the city, which is located in the middle of the board. Player chooses and guides one of the playable characters. All the characters are more or less anti-heroes. This is Hilda von Blutenstein, an Austrian baroness and adventurer who loves guns, rifles, absinthe and boys. Introduction told us we are summoned to the police station by the chief of police, Mr. Meinerich. His instructions are to collect 3 clues and bring them back to him. He named all the locations on the board where clues can be found. All the locations are marked with magnifier. He also gave us 1 lucky for a good start. Alright, I got Skripovac cheese. It's a consumable and I'm gonna use it right now. I'm gonna eat this tasty cow's cheese and raise my power for 4 points. After that I'll discard it here and start forming a shop. All used or discarded tradable lucky cards like consumables form a shop. When players arrive on the tile with sack icon, they can shuffle through shop and buy what they want. As the game progresses, shop's inventory keeps getting better and better. Okay, let's start exploring. I can move for 1 unexplored tile in any direction, as long as those tiles are connected with some kind of a road. Basically, I can move here, or I can move here, or here. But I cannot move here, because there is no road between these 2 tiles. Also, I can stay in the city and try to obtain a clue in Wolf's Head. And that's what I'm gonna do. This is innkeeper Meinerich. He is the brother of the chief of police, but they do not talk because chief of police illegally stole his brother's land. To get a clue from him, I must charm him. In order to do that, I must use Hilda's charisma. Since Hilda's charisma is equal to innkeeper's charisma, I will not add or subtract the difference between their charismas to my roll. That means I must roll 12 or more to charm the innkeeper. I may roll 3 times per turn without any penalty if I fail. Optionally, I may try to outsmart innkeeper using Hilda's intelligence, or I can try to intimidate him by using Hilda's power. But if I decide to do any of that, I will have only 1 roll per turn, and if I fail, I will have to draw Unlucky. Let's see if I'll manage to charm him. It's 10, it's not enough. 16, that's alright. I earned 1 lucky, I get his answer, I unlocked option Be Popular, and I got my first clue. Basically, each time I succeed in something in the game, I draw lucky. Every time I fail to achieve something, I draw unlucky. I'll mark Wolf's Head as explored. While the next player plays his turn, I can see which lucky I got and decide whether to equip it or not. Let's see what I got. Alright, I got Jabir's balls. Jabir is the greatest living Muslim alchemist at the time, and it seems I got one of his balls. In combat, I can throw a ball for different damage, depending on where it hit my opponent. But because it's coated in acid and it stings a lot, I suffer -1 power and -3 charisma if I equip it. I'll equip it and I will reduce my charisma and power. Okay, that's done. The first round is now over and the blood moon began to rise. When the blood moon becomes full, the game is over. If by then no one found and stopped the killer, everyone loses. Let's see what clue I got. I got Squirrel's tail. I'll try to obtain my second clue in laboratory. To do that, I'll need to pass Imperial Road North. Here are symbols for charisma, intelligence, and power. I choose to explore this tile by power. That means I'll enter combat. If I chose to explore this tile by using charisma or intelligence, I will draw one of the charisma or intelligence random encounter cards and resolve them. To resolve this card, for example, I must roll a number that is equal or higher than the intelligence check number. I may roll 3 times per round, and I must add or subtract from roll the difference between Hilda's intelligence and the check. Basically, the higher intelligence is, the more chance I have to pass the check. If I fail, I draw unlucky, and if I succeed, I draw lucky. Same applies to charisma random encounters. Actually, it's the same gameplay mechanics I used when I tried to charm Innkeeper. So let's get back to combat. How many creatures I'll encounter depend whether I'll roll even or odd number. If I roll an odd number, I'll encounter 1 creature. If I roll an even number, I'll encounter 2 creatures. Let's see how many creatures I will fight. Okay, that's 2 creatures. Creatures are level 1, since the number in the center of the power symbol is 1. So let's see what I got. I got Slogy and Murder of Crows. I will set them up quickly. Slogy have power of 7, it deals 2 damage and have 2 attacks. His hardiness is 8. Murder of Crows have power 6, damage 2, attack 3 and hardiness 5. Slogy have a +2 roll because of its passive special ability called Hunting Dog. Player always attacks first, unless encountering creature with special ability to attack first. To hit a creature, I must roll a number that is equal or higher than his hardiness number. I may roll as many times as the number of attacks I have. In this case, I can roll 2 times per combat turn. If I hit, I'll apply damage that my character can inflict. Creature is defeated when its power drops to 0. For every defeated creature, I draw 1 lucky, no matter if I win or lose combat. Instead of rolling for a hit, I may use 1 attack to activate Hilda's special ability, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. So my first attack is to activate Hilda's special ability called Trigger Happy. I deal 4 damage to Murder of Crows. Now I may roll for hit, or I can throw Jabir's balls at Slogy and instantly kill it if I hit. If I roll 4 or less, I miss. If I roll 5 plus, I hit opponent in the leg and inflict 4 damage. If I roll 10 or more, I hit opponent's chest and inflict 8 damage. If I roll 15 or more, I hit opponent's head and inflict 12 damage. Since I rolled 16, I inflicted 12 damage to Slogy and he's instantly killed. I'll discard Jabir's balls and draw another lucky. I will reveal it when combats end. With this my turn ends. Creatures now attack me. Since Slogy is dead, only Murder of Crows now can attack me. And I have 3 attacks. Murder of Crows have special ability Dive. They can dive straight onto one opponent once in combat and inflict 2 damage. That will be their first attack. And they deal 2 damage to Hilda. Now Murder of Crows can attack. To hit Hilda, Murder of Crows must roll 12 or more because Hilda's hardiness is 12. 16. That's a hit. Since Crows deals 2 damage, Hilda's power is reduced by 2. Their last attack is another hit. So Hilda's power is reduced for 2 more points. And that was the last attack of Murder of Crows. Now Hilda attacks. Murder of Crows have 5 hardiness. That means that Hilda must roll 5 or more to hit. Hilda now have 2 attacks. 15. It's a hit. Since Hilda deals only 1 damage, Murder of Crows' power is reduced by 1. Hilda now have another attack. And it's a hit. murder of crows are dead. For every defeated creature, I will draw one lucky. In this case, I will draw two luckies. But since I already draw one lucky, I will return it. Let's see what I got. I got Trinket, Luminifer. It gives me +1 intelligence, and I will equip it. And I got Boxer. It's a hand-to-hand weapon. It gives me +1 damage and +2 roll. I'll equip it too. So, Luminifer gives me +1 intelligence. I'll rise intelligence for 1 point. And Boxer gives me +1 damage and gives me +2 roll. I'll mark tile as explored. With all that, my turn ends and another round is passed. In most cases, unlockies and luckies are story fillers. They describe what was happening with your character in between your turns. For example, you may pause and read what happens in this case. There are different types of cards in Arcadia Tenebra that may be equipped. For example, this is a trinket, and this is a weapon card. I may have equipped only one card of the same type. That means I can't equip two weapons or two trinkets. The cards I cannot equip, I must put in the backpack, which can contain up to 5 tradable cards. Tradable cards are apparel, weapon, trinket, and consumable. My next move is to go to lab. There are a lot of symbols on this tile. Let's see what they mean. Lead means I need to read what happened here. Magnifier means I can get a clue here. Light bulb means I will need to use intelligence to obtain that clue. Sack means I will be able to trade here. And the light bulb +4 means I will be able somehow to temporarily buff Hilda's intelligence for 4 points. Let's see what the lead says. It seems this is some kind of electrical lock in front of me. I won't be reading all this, but you can pause and read what happened in details. It seems that I must lockpick electric lock. Electric lock has complexity of 10 and strength of 5. Complexity is measured by intelligence and strength by power. That means that every time I roll 10 or higher, strength of the electric lock is lowered by 1 point. Lock is picked when lock strength drops to 0. Also, every time I miss, electric lock deals 2 damage to me. Let's see how this will play out. I'm starting with -2 points of power since it's written in the lead that I was trying to open a lock and got stricken by electrical discharge. Hilda's intelligence is 4 points higher than electric lock's complexity. That means I have a +4 on roll. So let's roll. 15 + 4 is 19. That's enough. 11 + 4, 15. 19 is a critical hit. That means that I got extremely lucky and lower power of electrical lock for 1 extra point. If I rolled 20, I will lower power of electrical lock for 2 extra points. And 15 is enough. Lock is unlocked. Alright, I picked the lock and I get Tesla's answer. I draw 1 clue. I got access to Tesla's prototypes and Tesla's library. If I stay for 1 turn in library, I can buff Hilda's intelligence for 4 points. If I put back in shop 2 tradable luckies, I may get one of Tesla's prototypes, but I can't choose which one. Now I can continue my search for last clue. I may go to Brothel, Hamlet, Sawmill, which are all actually only 1 tile away. I may pass across all the explored tiles in 1 move and then try to explore that 1 tile. Or I can set a course to other city or spring. They're a little bit out of the way, but visiting those places may be rewarding. And that's it. Exploration awaits you, fellow adventurer.